Welcome back, everybody. 2023 Nevada State Championships coming from Zephyr Cove, Nevada, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, guys, we are here at the Premium Disc Golf Shop. I got myself Spanky Edwards, my boy Dan Turner.
What's up, everybody? I'm having a good time. This is some sweet footage. All the boys are shooting.
Yeah, we saw some really good shooting on the front nine, especially that 4 down. That was pretty fantastic, man. Like we said, 4 down on the front is really putting it down. You know, these, I think all 5 of these guys are going to want to be at that mark. And going into the back here, they're definitely looking to light it up. The back is a little bit more scoreable. We're going downhill now. The full front nine, we're going uphill. These guys are going to be going downhill. They're going to be looking to get a lot of distance. With, you know, as long as they hit their gaps, they should be able to reach almost every one of these holes until we go uphill again. So let's see how they attack hole 10. Dan, what do you think about hole 10?
Hole 10's such a fun shot. Straight downhill. We played 3 different baskets all 3 rounds on this hole. This one's deep left. I try to throw like a tight hyzer with a distance driver kind of low, maybe get past this tree on the right here, and then get a skid forward. If I can get anywhere near this staircase, I am excited.
Yeah, I was actually, I played this final round with our good friend Tanner Mahilick, and I saw him absolutely base it, and that was really
Is that right?
That was really fun to watch. I had a really good drive. I was pretty excited about it, but it's not the easiest shot, but definitely not the hardest for these guys. These guys are hopefully make it look like some child's play here, but it is definitely, like you said, one of the funnest shots on the course.
Yeah, for final round, we only saw 3 birdies in the MPO division. Let's see if any of these guys here can catch one of them.
The scariest part about this hole is just the absolute gap you have to hit, because if you don't get that first gap, it is a nightmare to get down the fairway.
Yeah, you can get in some trouble.
Once you get through the first gap, you're gonna be fine. Even if you come up a little short, you'll pretty routine approach for par, but really want to get this first gap.
Yeah, the most common miss I'm seeing is hyzering out a little bit short and early into an area I call the Bear's Den myself. You can be chest deep in some manzanita with not too many options if you're not careful. Maximus puts a good move on this one here. Looks like he's also going to be a little bit short left. Super tricky hole to get to. Quinn's got maybe an Anheuser putter approach from here. He gives it a run. One thing about this green is with that, you can see that backstop in there, the hillside. You can really jam it on your approach and without too much consequences.
That is one thing. Is that off the flag? Yeah, I love that about this green. Honestly, if you do come up a little short, you can absolutely just run it, because there's really no consequence. You can even be 20 feet up that hill and still have a pretty feasible putt.
I mean, collectively, these guys are putting a clinic with their drives. Doesn't look like anyone's able to convert so far.
It's like we're both playing soft.
Is that Maximus's drive?
I think it is. So he went deep. My apologies. I said he went early, but I'm pretty sure this is for 2.
Oh, wow. What a drive.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone up there on the drives. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Maximus is one of 3 birdies on this hole here, and these guys are just going to tap out some routine pars.
Like I said, I saw my friend Tanner. He was right in that bush, right next to the basket. He was about 10 feet away. That was fantastic to watch. And then it sounds like our other good friend Justin Johnson knocked it down. Way to go, Justin.
Yeah, I was actually in the group behind him, and I saw him can it from the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Here we go, number 11, a signature hole at Zephyr Cove. It's dealer's choice here. The drone's flying up the middle. Sometimes I'll see guys throw a putter up the middle or maybe flick. There's also a swinging left to right spike hyzer for the flick and a right side tunnel. None of them are really open. I mean, you're trying to get down there, and if you can get a look at this green, it's still scary to attack it for birdie. So let's see if any of these guys can get it close. Yeah. Maximus looks like he's flexing a mid-range or something up the middle. This looks good, my goodness.
Yeah, there is so many ways to attack this stand. I mean, There is over the top.
And none of them work for me.
you got me there too.
Quinn goes high. I played with him the day before.
Oh, he caught an early limb.
Yeah, but that had some momentum on it. We'll see. He's still watching it. I kind of like that Sky Spike Hyzer, if you have it, that he threw with the forehand, because it takes, I mean, granted he hit a tree early, it takes a lot of it out of the equation. This is the line I throw, kind of beat a couple trees and hope you can slide up to a putt.
I think I stuck it, dude.
Not long ago, they took down some big trees that kind of guarded this rock and made it even tougher. So these guys playing the right side, they're like, you know, if they can get close, they're definitely going to be running it.
Yeah, it's much more open now on that right side for sure. I saw Will do this in round. Oh, he went with a putter round one, but he's still going to have a nice, easy layup if he wants, or a run, however aggressive he chooses to get.
Yeah, I don't think these guys came on a Sunday to lay up, Spanky. I'm sorry to bring it to you. I think if he can see the basket, he's going to be attacking it, especially when you're underneath it. You can kind of get a little more on it because there's less consequences. If you're on the right side here, you can fly over the rock.
This is far away. This is a solid 60 feet.
Yeah. You put a good move on it, and I'm sure that rattled safe. There's not really much for it to go the way he threw it.
You can see now here, there's a little crack in the rock that if you get just over the hump, that you can catch. But if you airball around it, you are going another 40 long minimum.
It's like Maximus went deep here, kind of looking back up at it.
Oh, what a good bid.
Yeah.
Lucky to stay up there. A lot of rollaway potential on these rocks for sure. Oh, even that close is a scary putt. I'll tell you what. Anything that misses that basket is going way down. You can see how steep Quinn is putting from here.
And that was McGill had the only birdie in MPO final round here with that putt you just saw, and he was close. So definitely stealing a stroke on the field.
Look at how downhill he's putting.
Yeah, Maximus is up on top of that.
I guess he is like 8 feet tall, huh?
Man's got some legs. Yeah, so these guys all ran it for birdie, but they kind of nice, safe runs. So lucky for them, they're just tapping out. Hole number 12, it's slightly downhill. I think I bogeyed this hole more than any hole at Zephyr Cove. If you hit these early trees, it's pretty convoluted trying to get up and down for par. The shot is kind of maybe something on a little bit of hyzer, just straight at it. And the drone is flying in the straight gap. I feel like players throw for that, and then if it deviates, it's just like you just take what you can get. Super tough hole to attack and get close on.
I would love to see like just the overall scoring average on this hole. This is really common. To drift left, oh, I guess he caught early, but to try to get something to fly straight down, but you can't just throw something understable. You have to get something that's going to fly dead straight the entire way. Catching high limbs is normal. You can see that one branch on the right side. That's normal to hit.
Right. It looks like Maximus had the shape just a little bit too high.
Little high, yeah.
Let's see if Will can show us the line here.
Yeah, I would. Oh, that's so far right.
Yeah, he definitely is fine with that result, but not what he was looking for.
Yeah, Dan, I think that definitely this one would show you one of the highest scoring averages on the course. Even though somebody might get a birdie, somebody else might, take the 5 or the 6. And
definitely going to see some more bogeys on this hole than others.
Well, this looks nice.
That's going to give him a putt. See here, Will's just trying to get up and down here with the approach. Nice play. Andrew's got a look here. It's a good play.
Good soft bid.
Maximus.
This green is roll-away city if your disc gets on angle.
There you go. There's one of the birdies.
So easy to roll away on this green, even with a good approach. Especially those trees right behind it. They're so notorious for just standing the disc up, and then they just sail down the hill. And it doesn't necessarily look like it from here, but they can easily go 45 feet away. Kind of like this one.
It's a little slope for sure.
I know I threw my drive, and I slid right under the pole, and I had a 50-foot comeback.
Oh, that ain't right.
That's rough. That's unfortunate. A little low on that one, I guess, but that was a great putt. Unfortunate bogey there.
Yeah, when it left his hand, he's expecting to make that one. That's unfortunate.
Oh, man. This bastard's kind of giving them a hard time, huh? Quinn's classic forehand scuba putt. I asked him about that in round one, and he looked at me and said, I don't know, just do it. And then on hole 14, an amazing forehand putt.
All right, here we are, hole 13. There's a lot of guys are going straight up the middle. I throw the line that the drone's throwing. I throw a lefty flick, but you turn it over, and it kind of runs back at the basket this way down the hill.
Yeah, for me, it's day to day. You know, if my backhand's feeling good, I'm going right at it up the gut. And if I'm just looking for the bigger gap, I'm definitely going to go forehand on that left side. Right. It really, like you said, it's just, well, that's kind of exactly what the line you would be throwing with that lefty forehand, huh?
Yeah, you kind of just put it up high and let the disc work back.
Right.
Andrew's going straight up the middle here. If you deviate to the right a little, you can miss some trees, and that play works out pretty good. It's like if you throw a perfect shot, it's great, and if you miss on that line, you can still get to the basket.
That's a pretty common miss up the middle. Hoping for something to drift from left to right, and then just not getting enough drift and hitting that tree on the left.
Will maybe just getting this one a little bit nose up, but he's down there for some type of a look.
Yeah, he's looking for some drift, but he's going to be way down there.
Yeah, he's putting.
Oh, yeah, he's looking like no more than circle's edge, I would imagine.
Andrew, the early trees just trying to get up and down here. I think Maximus the same. Just get it close and let's go to the next hole.
I would say on this hole, dude, like as long as you're kicking a little left, you're so much better off. If you kick to that right down that hill,
yeah, it can keep flying.
It can be an absolute nightmare down there. Like you saw Will kind of just flop a putt up there, and he's gonna try to hope to just tap in a par.
Here's McGill for birdie. His drive got all the way up there pin high, even though it hit a tree late. Let's see if he can convert this.
What a great birdie.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a super tough hole, but only 4 guys at MPO were able to get the deuce on it here in the final round.
Oh, and look at this roll.
Maximus trying to clean up his car, kind of gets punished. Oh, yeah.
And that happens.
As a player, you hate to see that. Yeah, everybody knows that feeling. But on to the next one, huh? Let's see if he can clean it up.
I play this course just about every day, and that happens to me almost every other day. So, and an unfortunate miss there.
No, I saw your scores. You sure you play it every day?
Yeah.
Nah. You had some good shooting. I think first round was one of your better tournaments rounds you've completed. You don't play a lot of tournaments, though, do you, Spanky?
No, I unfortunately have to work a full-time job, so
yeah,
it's hard for me to get out to the tournaments. And when I do, I really enjoy it, and I love this, this community and this club. So one of my favorite ones to play, and these guys are also fantastic players and great guys, and just happy to be here watching great golf. Yeah, like you said, actually my first round of this tournament was the best first round I ever had in a tournament.
That a guy, something to build off of.
Something to build off of,
So you're saying there's a chance.
Hole 14, one of my favorite holes on the course. Kind of impossible to see from the tee pad, but absolutely gorgeous hole. Super, super steep, right to left downhill. I imagine we're going to see a little variation of forehands and backhands. The backhands
Yeah.
turnovers around this left
Yeah.
to right. Maybe some of the guys are going to go really power forehand, like flexing over the bushes more directly at it. But if you can see way in the back, that leaning pine tree that he's going right at right now, that is exactly where the basket's at, even though we can't see it from the tee pad.
Right. It's kind of this, there's just one tree right off the tee, and Quinn's going to show us the forehand. It's kind of like you got to pick a side of this tree. The forehand, I feel like it's tough to get there the distance-wise, but it's a little bit safer off the tee for guys to throw. The backhand, you're kind of throwing a hyzer to the left of this tree and then making it work back. Oh, that's a rip by Will, but maybe it's a little bit too turned. Yeah.
Yeah, I think really the forehand is like the safe play because you can just play it to the middle.
Solid.
And the backhand is really the aggressive, I want to get all the way there play.
So.
Is that what we're seeing here on the stats stand? We played this hole for second and third round, and there was a total of 1 birdie for the 2 total rounds, and we're only seeing 1 birdie?
Yeah, for 2 rounds. I mean, it's tough to get it close on this one. Maximus getting some chains. Wow. Andrew's got to look here. He's just going to flick one right at it.
We're going to see these stats coming in, but I believe
That would have changed a little
that the only birdie we're going to see is my man Dan right here.
Yeah, I didn't have the sweetest drive, but I was able to drain one from about 60. Snuck out with a birdie round 2.
Yes, we're looking at round 2 here, hole 14. Dan Turner with the only 2 of the tournament.
Will had a nice look at it there, just barely chained out left side.
Way to go, bud. That's fantastic.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, this is definitely a bonus birdie.
I was able to 3 it all 3 rounds, but that was, for me, that felt good. It's definitely not a very attackable 2.
Yeah, I think you're stealing one if you get a 2.
We're on top of each other.
Just kind of clean it up here. Send us over to hole 15. Spanky, hole 15 is basically the most iconic hole in Nevada disc golf. I mean, panoramic views of the lake.
I'd say it's why it's the #1 course in Nevada.
Yeah,
Because
look
it
at
just
this
tips the
fairway.
scale. You're looking over all of Lake Tahoe with the mountains in the background.
Straight downhill.
You're going to see a lot of the big arms go with a huge hyzer out to the right side, righty backhand. But also a lot of guys just kind of going right at it with like a mid-range, maybe like some sort of a stable mid. Definitely the big hyzer shot is a spectacle. It's a lot of fun to watch. It goes out over the lake, but this looking like, yeah, that's kind of, I think, the traditional shot. And that branch, if you can beat it, is the one you usually hit. That's the unfortunate branch. It's hard to miss.
Let's see if Quinn can attack it here.
But especially if we have a north wind on the lake, it really opens up the opportunity to throw that big righty hyzer over all the trees. Quinn's gonna drift a little right. That's still, what do you think, 80 feet? Not
Yeah,
a big deal.
it's more of just like an upshot territory.
Yeah. And he's looking for that to drift.
Some of these holes out here are like, you can birdie them, but you can't really expect to birdie them. So if you get a great drive, great. If not, how do I save my par?
The hardest part about this hole is that it's so downhill and there's a super low ceiling, and all the branches encroach on that fairway. So the higher you throw it, the more likely are you to hit that branch.
Yeah.
This looks high, but it's
this looks
drifting.
This looks good if it gets through that tree.
See, yeah, he caught that branch.
Dang it.
Yeah. Well, he's going back here. About 150 feet out. Nice chip shot by him. Maximus is about 120 feet. He's kind of running it, but mostly just getting up there.
Yeah, he was pretty much parked at the short position.
Andrews looks like he's got to go around some stuff here. Gives it a bit of a bid, but just flips it up there. Okay.
These little monkey bars right in front of them, or they said the pull-up bars, they're a bit of a doozy because they get kind of right in the way of their...
I'll tell you, first round I was playing with Alex Lyon, and he just started doing muscle-ups.
Did it? He did it?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Pretty impressive.
That's what Derek was doing, the same thing.
Those guys got it. Looks like, for the most part, these guys are all just tapping out some pretty easy threes here.
And that's kind of what you expect to see, unless someone gets an absolutely nasty kick to the right.
Yeah, what happened final round? Did we have any birdies?
Oh, did we get Nate to Tolman from Premium Disc?
Yeah, one birdie. Nice shot, Nate. I'm curious to how close he was. I'm hearing from some sources that he was just under the basket.
Which base?
Posterizing it.
Wow. Was Nate on chase card? Okay.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't there.
Cool.
That's right. So I've known Nate for maybe a year and a half or 2 years, but this is our first round we've ever played together. Was final round here.
Okay, we're moving into hole 16 now. Hole 16 in this position that we're playing is actually my favorite shot in the entire course because I do love how beautiful the forehand shapes just getting around these rocks. But there is a lot of different ways to attack it. But you can see how steep this hillside is. No matter what you do, it's going to be blind. You're going to hope that your disc stayed where it landed. We're going to see right off the bat the forehand. That is drifting a little left. Not what you want to see. That's going kind of way down the hill.
He's down the hill, but honestly, Spanky, I think if you get past these first set of big boulders, he should have a look straight up at it.
I agree.
Quinn's looking a little bit high, a little bit tight.
Correct.
See where it rattles through.
I think what's hard about this hole is that it looks so downhill off the tee, but really you want to throw just chest high like that, straight down that tunnel and just hope for a slow drift over those rocks. Looks like Will's done that pretty well. I think he's going to have a pretty good look at the basket.
See, Andrew's going with a backhand. I kind of like this line Andrew's throwing. You kind of flex it over where the short pin was. He wanted that a little higher, but that was the line I throw. If you get it over those rocks, it kind of just falls right to the basket.
That's the pulled eye, that one nemesis tree. And this is such a scary approach.
Yeah, it looks like he's going grenade over the top. That's how blocked he is. Let's see if he can convert.
It is so difficult from there.
He made that look pretty easy, but that was super high to throw those discs. That disc.
That is a very difficult green to stick from all the way back where he was. Very nice approach there.
Yeah, see, McGill's kind of just right below the basket, so even though it looked like he ran down the hill, it's kind of a routine up and down from there because you can see the basket, you're not blocked.
And this was the result of the kick off the rocks, right?
Yeah. This is a scary par putt.
Wow, this is for par.
Yeah, this is a scary putt.
It is.
Wow, easy peasy.
What a putt. It is terrifyingly steep behind that basket. It goes forever behind that. If you don't catch a tree, a rock, or a bush,
Here's
you are
Will. Will's going to a knee. This is his drive.
And this is pretty classic Will. He will go to the knee quite a bit.
Really? That's interesting. Wow, great birdie.
I saw him do it a few times. Yeah, he definitely likes to lower himself. I think to just reduce the risk of that, cruising past it and flying down the hill.
And Will made 1 of 2 birdies on this hole. The other birdie was Lance Hoagland, who I got the chance to play with. And he threw a forehand Firebird out and around and put it to 15 feet and made it look really easy.
That's actually my play, Dan. I go forehand Firebird, actually. That's what I'm going for. I think if you just get it flat, I think you want to get it flat about chest high. That's how you get around those rocks, and it just kind of buries itself into that hillside over there. Now we're looking at hole 17. This is going into like the more straight position. It's pretty straight down the fairway downhill.
Yeah, this
putters.
Yeah, the sign says 360, but if you get past this basket at all, your disc is going far. That's one's fairway back there. You don't want to be messing with that.
We're gonna see like stable mids. Right?
Yeah, a lot of putters and zone type disc, overstable approach disc. I think Will flicks a proxy maybe here.
So here we go with that. You know, the multi-use lefty forehand.
He's for sure cheating.
He's doing it all.
He's got all the moves.
Quick.
He's begging for that to get down because it's moving left, but it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, that one might have rid past the basket.
Oh, was that a little long?
Well, it can look good coming in chain high, but if it doesn't catch anything, you can end up 60 feet long. He's trusting this out to the right here. Andrew's, I would say, pin high there to the right.
Yeah, I go ultra stable here. I throw my justice here just to just an absolute crash into the green. I don't want anything to drift long, and I don't want anything to even have the opportunity to drift left. I just want it to just fall and hit the ground. And even if I come up a little short, that actually doesn't bother me.
No, so here's Andrew playing back up from 18's fairway, and he didn't have much of a look. And here comes Andrew for bogey.
Will making it look easy, but like we said, it can get away from you real quick. It's just so steep behind the basket that it can just get away from you real fast. Nice from Andrew to get that bird, and that's gonna be the just gets away from you so fast down that hill. Signature scooper putt from close. There you go, Quinn.
All right, this is our last hole for the round here for the tournament, folks. Downhill at 357, straight at it. I see a lot of guys throwing putters, mids. I personally just throw a forehand right at it, just try to get close. Some of this manzanita late will catch it for you and try and get a putt. What do you throw here, Spanky?
I throw my heart out. I try to get down the gap.
Heard that.
These trees are narrower than they look off the tee, and they can be a doozy. I think they get a lot of people, and as easy as a hole as it should be, I think it kind of swallows us up.
Anytime you're changing elevation, it just puts a whole nother factor into it. So
I think Will going off to the left there is really common.
definitely common miss. Just kind of beat these first few trees, and then if you hyzer out, you hyzer out.
Because you really don't want to throw it too hard. It's not a very long hole, and if you throw it too hard and if you get your putter or your mid to carry, you're going all the way to that horse trail, which is like 200 long.
Oh, Quinn busting out. Is that a Zephyr he's throwing? He's throwing a Zephyr, folks, in the last hole. He zooms this thing usually for approaches. Look at this. It is riding straight at it, and
it's drifting.
no, that is, yeah, circles edge deep with the Zephyr. You don't see many guys throwing the Zephyr.
Well, it's fitting here at Zephyr Cove.
That's a good point.
But so that's what I always worry about, is that like that drifting right shot where you throw something a little too flippy and it just starts to drift right, and that right side, it's really difficult. Whereas if you hyzer out left, you always kind of have a putt at it, and the right side is just completely buried. You can see all those trees there on the right side. It's very, very difficult to get a putt to it.
And fittingly enough, I think the amateur players pack came with a Zephyr disc.
It did, yeah.
How cool is that? Yeah. That's pretty fitting. Let's see here, nobody got too close.
Can you believe this, Dan? I'm looking at their scores for round 3.
Now, round 3, wow, here we are on hole 18. MPO, there was only one birdie. I got to give it up to the homie Zach Z-Money McFarlane. If I know him, he threw a forehand flex and probably almost aced it and then got the bird.
But crazy to see none of these guys going to put it in. Only the one birdie on 18 is very surprising. Very, very surprising. This is not that long of a hole. These guys are all, technicians with that putter and that mid-range down a gut. So
Yeah, something about it being hole 18 maybe.
yeah, a little bit of pressure. Also, maybe seeing that you've got Will, the lead by a pretty significant amount.
Yeah, everybody's quite separated here on this card at least.
They might be thinking ace run. They might be throwing it harder than they would have necessarily. It's hard to say what goes through somebody's mind going to the final hole of the tournament.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching with us, guys. This is our first time doing commentary for Premium Disc Golf. Super excited to be here in the shop. Again, come check it out if you haven't yet. Here's our final scores for the round. Will takes it down by 4 strokes.
Yeah, you got Quinn coming in at 15 under. Very impressive shooting. I imagine 2 under is a good round. The course was laid out pretty difficult.
Thanks again, everybody, for checking us out.
Hey, man, look at you. T5 in there, bud.
Yeah. Kind of flat final round. 2 birds, 2 bows.
But is that one of your hotter finishes
Yeah.
in your career?
I would say it's up there with some of my best ones, although the first round, I think I shot 8 down, and then I just came out super flat the last 2 rounds. The layout got tougher, but whatever.
Yeah, well, hey, congrats, man. Nice to see. Nice to see you in the top 10, man. T5 is real nice to see.
Cool.
Yeah, I always like to see the homies up there. Nate the Tollman coming in. Brother at 9th place. Premium Disc Golf. Thanks for having us. We love you guys.
Yes.